friends, it's Renee Bradshaw. I had a pretty good morning. I woke up and I did my daily tarot card, and from the Everyday Witches deck I got the Eight of Cups. I was a little confused this morning about what this meant for me, turning my back on something that's brought me success and stepping off into an unknown territory. I didn't know what this meant because though I feel successful in life, I have friends and family, I'm still starting my business as a writer and as a card reader, and I was like, well, I'm not turning my back on those, and I wouldn't consider myself super successful at them yet because I'm not making a living or anything. But I think I had to sit and rethink about my idea of successful. And it wasn't necessarily the money that I'm making or not making from doing this, but it's I just noticed all the words are backwards. Wow, I'm crazy. Okay, so I thought about how far I've come reading the cards in this past year, and starting a business, whether it's just starting off or anything. I'm relying a lot on this deck of cards that I feel like I know inside and out. I mean, every day, every time I pull a card, I learn something new, like I did this morning when I'm trying not to say but it keeps coming out, when I had to redefine what success meant to me. So a few minutes later, I went into my email and I found a Barnes & Noble coupon, and I said, what do I need from Barnes & Noble? And I really want to get the deck, Book of Shadows, As Above, So Below. I went there, they didn't have it in stock, and I was looking at, they had a lot of the other decks that I've put on a wish list. If you see me cringing, it's because I'm trying so hard not to say, don't play the drinking game from When I Met Your Mother, How I Met Your Mother, where Barney and Ted take a shot every time I say but when Robin said but because they say but way too much. But I went and I was looking at some of the decks that are on my list of tarot decks that I do want to get at some point that are beautiful to me. And there was a couple there that I really was pulled to. There was one that I thought would work really great as a companion to my Fairy Oracle by Brian Froud, because I can feel that deck get kind of jealous sometimes when I'm doing readings from the Everyday Witches tarot, which might sound kind of weird that I think my deck gets jealous, but I feel like the fairies are really infused in that deck. If I go too many days without pulling a card, even just for myself, I can kind of feel them getting irritated with me. The tarot deck I was looking at was the Hidden Realm, but I was looking at it, I thought it would go great with my Fairy Oracle, but I wasn't feeling like a huge get this deck kind of feeling. So I took out a bunch of decks and I was sitting there on the chair with the little table next to me, and the staff was over here having a staff meeting and deciding if they were doing Christmas gifts this year. Lady said, are we supposed to get each other Christmas crap or what? There's the spirit. But this deck, which I hadn't really even, I think I've seen it maybe once or twice online. It's backwards. Everything I just noticed earlier is backwards. I'm going to see if I can flip the view when I do the uploading onto my computer, but it's the Deviant Moon Tarot. I saw this and I just felt pulled towards it. I've never seen it. Well, maybe a little bit I've seen it, but I don't have a great knowledge of it. It wasn't on my list, but I just felt like this is what I needed. Now it's a tarot deck, and I had gone, so I had the coupon. I had some cash from selling some things at a consignment shop here a few weeks ago. And I thought, you know, this cash is just sitting here burning a hole in my wallet. Not really. But I thought, why don't I take this down and get something that I've really wanted for a while? Because it's just sitting here. When I was there, there was also the House of Night Oracle, which I just found a few months ago when I was there. And I said, is it like the book series House of Night? Which I haven't finished. I'm probably like halfway through. I really like the authors. I like the book series. I was reading it, I think, when I was going through a big YA phase. But I'm not reading a lot of YA anymore, except for maybe, oh, can you see all the Barbie? We have Barbie curtains in here. This is my office / the kids' library / the homework room. But, so I got about partway through the series, and it's really good. I could see myself continuing on later on, but I stopped just because I was getting away from reading YA all the time, trying to write books that are not YA, and then reading a lot of YA. You get a lot of that in your head. But I love the characters and the story, and it's so much fun. And I thought I had a few different piles of, or a pile of a few different decks of Oracle cards, and I thought these two really went together. They just kept like finding their way next to each other on the table. I'm sure the people at Barnes & Noble thought I was nuts with all my piles, but I put everything back on the shelf. I actually knew where it all went, and I put it back up on the shelf and bought these two. I had just enough cash, just enough. A few pennies left over for both of them with my coupon, so it was pretty exciting. I haven't opened either of them yet, so we're going to go ahead and open them right now. Okay, we're going to start with the Deviant Moon Tarot. I'm definitely stepping away from my comfort zone with this deck. When I bought the Witch's Tarot last year, I just picked it up, looked at some of the images on the back, and it spoke to me like immediately. I opened the deck. I mean, there was still learning and everything to do, but as I was looking at the cards, they just spoke immediately to, like, they told me what they wanted, what they were for. I still use the guidebook, but it was very simple for me. Ooh, this is neat. This is stepping away from my comfort zone. I feel a pull towards the images on the back, but it wasn't the immediate understanding I think I had with the other deck. Or I just feel like I'm in such a comfort zone because I understand my other deck so well that I was nervous about getting a new one. However, this is pretty neat. So right away, I find a layout. That is so cool. Deviant Moon Tarot. And it's got begin your journey here. Goes all the way around to the final outcome. That is really neat looking. I love this. Wow. I'm going to try this out tonight after I cleanse my deck. I love it. Doesn't take much to please me, does it? Ooh, so it's about the artist and author on the back a little bit. And then we have the card box, which is just even creepier. I love it. Okay. Ah, the little white book. So my Everyday Witch's Tarot, I had the Rider-Waite for a long time. I didn't connect with it. I got the Witch's Tarot, connected with it, but it has a big book that comes with it. The Rider-Waite that I had didn't come with any kind of book, but I also have like a Beginner's Tarot or All About the Tarot, some kind of book. I'll have to pull it out one day and show it to you. I can't remember where it is right now. But ooh, okay. So we have definitely the little white book, which will be interesting to go through this evening. Then we just have a card, I guess kind of saying what it is, about the artist again. And then we get into the cards themselves. You guys, it feels so weird to hold a different deck of cards, but look at some of these. Oh my gosh. I'm such a nerd, but I'm just in heaven right now. Oh my, the lovers. Check out this hermit card. Isn't that awesome? It's like the opposite way of how I feel when I hermitize, but it's probably what it's doing to me. Like, I feel like like hermitizing. Like it totally refreshes me. And look, she's got like lipstick and nail polish. She's in her own space, but you can tell she's kind of stressed out. I guess you can only hermitize for so long before you go a little crazy. We're all a little mad. Guys, well, I'm not going to flip through the whole thing because I'm sure you don't want to see every single card. If you go and buy this, you'll want to be surprised too. I mean, even though they're masks and everything in the moon, but it's kind of like, oh, look at the Page of Pentacles. Okay, sorry. I am so excited. Let's see how this puppy shuffles. Shuffle, shuffle, whoa. My hands don't want to stretch that far. I have a really tall friend who would probably be really good at this. Ooh. I might have to learn to do that sideways shuffle. I'll play around with this tonight. Holy smokes, they're so stiff. They're really good weight though. They're nice and thick. It doesn't feel like they would rip or tear or anything like that. And I love them. I love how they feel kind of dark, spooky, different. Ooh. They're flying out. Okay, what we got? We got the Knight of Swords. These are the ones that want to show themselves off to you. So the Knight of Swords here. The Page of Swords. He's awesome, isn't he? Actually, that's funny because I kind of have a scene like this in the book I have publishing on the 13th of October here. Ooh, I love the King of Pentacles here. This is such a cool, quirky deck. I love that their faces are moons, different phases of the moons. I'm going to read about all that later, figure out what's going on there. But that is fantastic. And I feel like these are just such a good mate for the House of Night cards. Ooh, everything slides back in there really nicely. But of course, I'll probably have to make like a little bag or something because the cardboard packaging probably isn't going to last forever. Now we're going to check out the House of Night cards. Ooh. Come on. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so this is the guidebook, which is pretty thick. It's nice. Not super overwhelming with knowledge, little bits, and then I think you can just fill in the rest or go where your intuition takes you. But already seeing, look at this, look how shiny they are, and already seeing, okay, so now I gotta pull this other deck out again. These do pair super nicely. Look at that. I mean, they're not twins or anything, but just the moon phases. I love it. So, we have some of the goddess symbol on the back. Mother, maiden, and crone. Got some lust. Yeah. Trapped. Ooh. Ooh, cycles. I'm really excited to look at these this evening too and cleanse these cards. Hopefully by the end of the week then I can get some of this listed in my my shop. These are definitely pretty big though. Like my other fairy oracle cards, they're not quite this wide. Like I can shuffle them pretty regular. Actually, they're shorter than, let me just do this. No, well yeah, I guess just that little bit right there is enough to make my hands stretch or not stretch, because I feel like I can shuffle these ones in my typical shuffling way. These are nice and thick too. I'm just so excited, you guys. Look how shiny! I'm an absolute nerd. I know. Here, let's look at a card to say goodbye to. Ooh, the Two of Pentacles. And let's look at one of these to say goodbye to. We already looked at that one. That was cute. The differences. Oh. It's like balance and balance. There's two cards here. Okay guys, thanks for hanging out with me and my nerdy self as I get excited about everything, especially shiny things. But I hope you have a great day. Check out my links below. We got to my blog where you can keep up with my short stories, and we also have a book release coming on October 13, Friday the 13th of October. I'm releasing the first book in a series, Going Home, The Cedar Valley Hauntings. I think you guys will like it if you like magic and spooky and maybe witchy. But I'm hoping my proof is here in the mail today. I've been excited to see what the cover looks like in person. It got held up a little bit in weather on shipping, so I've actually had people order it, and they've gotten it before I've gotten it. But I'm really excited. I had a great artist do the cover, Jess Polk. You can find her at jesspolk.com, JESSPOLK.com. And you can check me out at www.reneebradshaw.com or search Witchy Renee Bradshaw over on Etsy. But yeah, I hope you had fun here today. I had fun. I am excited about the shininess. So I'll see you guys later.